I'm going to be doing some taste testing later on today, and you're going to get to see my authentic first reactions. What I have here is called a custard apple. I'm so excited to try this. Yesterday, I found a market where I bought a bunch of fruit. One of the first mistakes I made when I was purchasing this fruit, I just grabbed so much fruit, filled a basket, I was ready to go. But when I got to the checkout and I paid for it, they just kind of looked at me. And I thought, okay, well, put it in a bag, let's go. And the stores here just don't have those plastic bags. You're expected to bring your own bag. And I asked why that was, and I was told, well, to fight global warming. It just makes sense. And it was so simple for their government to pass that law or suggestion, I don't know what it is, but everybody just fell in line and just said, okay, yeah, let's not have plastic bags. So here's something else I've been wanting to try. These are Thai bananas, very small. And they actually have a number of different varieties of bananas here, which it's gonna be interesting. After I learned the word gin, which means eat, which you're gonna be hearing a lot, the next word is aroy. And aroy means delicious. And in the vernacular of Thai language, if you have a question, you just put the word mai at the end of whatever you say. So if you say aroy, that means delicious. If you say aroy mai, it means, is it delicious? And then the proper response is you just repeat the first word. So aroy mai means, is it delicious? And if it is delicious, you say aroy. So dragon fruit. I would compare it very much like a kiwi, because it has like the little seeds in it, and it's sweet. I think it's sweeter than kiwi. And then papaya, another great one, just like pure sugar, what this tastes like.
Not bad. Blueberry muffin.
That looks pretty good.
One.
Yes, please. So what I have here is kapau mu, which mu means pork, and cow means rice. So rice and pork. I'm just loving this food, and there's just so much food. I don't think I'm ever going to eat everything here. I just tasted juice called bale juice. I don't even know what bale is, but it's really good. This is bale juice. Apparently it originates in India. It has a very strong taste of like wood, but not in a bad way, and it has a sweet aftertaste. So it's not overly sweet, and supposedly it's really high in fiber and it's really good for you. And I could definitely see drinking this on a daily basis. It's kind of like a woody cinnamony flavor. In Thai, it's namatum. Very good. It's not really sweet. That's something I've noticed about a lot of the food here. A lot of the food isn't overly sweet or overly salty. There's actually more flavor, like actual seasonings. Here is the fruit that I brought back from the store, and I'm so excited to try this because, well, first of all, I've already gotten hooked on this. When I was in quarantine, this was pretty much the only fruit that they were feeding me, and it was delicious. It tastes kind of like a kiwi fruit. It's got little seeds in it, so you get a little bit of crunch. It's got a slight sweetness to it. Really delicious. So this is called a dragon fruit, and there are 3 different varieties that I've gotten here. One is the pink dragon fruit with the white flesh inside. The other one is a pink dragon fruit with a pink flesh inside, and supposedly this one is sweeter. And then this one is the yellow dragon fruit, and apparently you have to be very careful how much that you eat of this, otherwise you'll be spending a lot of time on the toilet. Something else I have here is called a custard apple. I'm so excited to try this. It's supposedly really sweet, and I've also heard that it attracts a lot of insects and worms, so you have to be very careful when eating this, but apparently it's really delicious. And then finally, I have been seeing these all over Facebook for the people from Thailand that are posting this, and it's the oddest looking food. Let's see. Yeah, it's got like a hard outer shell with a little bit of give to it, but the locals seem to just love this. This in Thailand is called lam gai. All right, so they're sliced open. That's what they look like. But I have a plate here that I'm going to try for the very first time. So I think I will start with these guys right here. Looks like they have a really big seed in the middle, so I'm gonna be careful of that. Wow. Wow. That is sweet. So there's the seed that's inside of it. But man, this is just so sweet. I guess I'd say it's like biting into a ball of honey. I'm really interested to know what the custard apple tastes like. I'm gonna use a fork, it's gonna be a little easier. It's really tough. That's really good too. I can kind of see why they would call it a custard apple. Kind of soft, sweet as well. I really like that. And that one has a seed as well. Another hard black seed. All right. Next is the yellow dragon fruit. It's not as sweet as the regular dragon fruit, so that's this one here. So this one that I got Wasn't quite ripe, so it's a little sour, but it's still really good. All right, next up is the pink one. Yep, definitely sweeter, but really beautiful. So this entire plate is a bunch of sweet fruit. So this is what I'm gonna have for dinner. I've been eating more of them, and I've been laughed at by the locals because opening them is an art, I guess. So I'm using my fingernail to make like a slice in it and then trying to pull it open. But the locals can do it in like one shot. They just stick their fingernail in there and just pull it apart like that. You see, if you get it in halves, it's way easier than pulling little bits off. But here's the thing. I know that I didn't describe the flavor very well last time, but I figured it out. You know when you bite into a honeydew and you get that really sweet flavor, and then you keep eating the honeydew hoping you'll get that same really sweet flavor, and you never do? This is that sweet flavor every time. It's kind of a rite of passage in Thailand. All the foreigners do it. There's tons of videos on YouTube doing it. So I'm not really doing anything special here, but a lot of my friends want to see me try some durian. This is a fruit, and it's stinky, and apparently there's different qualities or varieties, because when we went to go pick this up, you'll never guess how much this one piece of fruit cost, because this right here is, I mean, look at how they package it. They want to make sure it doesn't get bruised in shipping, because it's so valuable, and it smells so bad. This cost $25, and my camera person is very excited because they know I'm not going to eat the whole thing, and they are very excited to have high quality durian. So we got to start with the smell test. I don't really think it smells that bad. I think if it was left out for a while, it would smell really bad. I think the closer you smell it, I'm trying to think of what that smells like. Kind of oniony. Yeah, kind of like fresh cut onions. All right, so I'm not getting any instructions here on how to do this. It's heavy and slightly soft, and I'm told you just eat it with your hands. This. Now, one way to get a really good reaction is to eat a lot, but I'm not that adventurous. I'm gonna try a little piece. Okay, kind of cheesy. I'm not against it. Kind of starts off tasting like whipped cream or cottage cheese. But I'm being told you're supposed to eat it like an apple. So it's like a creamy cottage cheese, but then with an oniony flavor to it, which is kind of interesting. Very interesting. It's very creamy. It's got an oniony kind of flavor to it. But I gotta say, I actually like it. I was assured that this one was premium quality and very ripe. There's a little bit of a sweetness to it. Oniony, creamy, and there's a sweetness. I like it. So one thing I forgot to mention about the durian is I ate it outside because it smells so bad, supposedly, that many hotels actually will have a sign in the room right next to the sign that says no smoking, where it has like a cigarette and a red slash. They'll also have a durian and a red slash because they don't want you to eat it in the hotel rooms because it smells so bad. And if they catch you with durian, it's a 4,000 baht fine, which would be about $120 US.